Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on SABC3. Now, the National Energy Regulator of South Africa has rejected Eskom's application for a 25% tariff increase, which could result in more weekend blackouts as the embattled power utility struggles to keep our lights on. Now, with us on the line to give us an update on the effects of this price hike rejection, we'll have on our homes at home, of course, is Eskom spokesperson Khulu Phasiwe. Khulu, thank you very much for taking our call this morning.
Thank you, Katlego, and good morning to our viewers and listeners.
So according to Eskom, the refusal of this price increase will obviously not allow Eskom to be able to buy the necessary diesel to take generators to power certain stations, take some offline in order to, of course, do the necessary maintenance. But what effect will this rejection have on the average South African at home?
Well, Katlego, we currently still do have some money to take us through for most part of the year. So our concern really was that last year, for example, our diesel budget got depleted around October. So in other words, until the end of the financial year, we didn't have enough money. So we're trying to cushion ourselves against something to that effect. But currently, we still do have some money. We will have to go to the markets to raise money so that we can plug that hole.
So as we stand right now, is load shedding likely to be intensified on the weekends?
Not necessarily. In fact, we saw those reports and we were saying they are far from the truth. Weekends generally, we don't have a lot of demand on the power system. Actually, if there's going to be load shedding, it should probably happen during the week because that's when we have a lot of demand on the power system. Weekends are generally very low in terms of demand.
Yeah. Now, during the public hearing, many of the objections were all about job losses if a tariff increase were to be allowed. So it's very clear that money is a very big problem. So what is the plan right now for Eskom? Is it back to the drawing board? And if so, what are we going to do?
100%, it's back to the drawing board. And one of the options that we are currently looking into is going into the Islamic market, which is the Islamic bond market, which is called the Sukuk.
Okay.
So we will be looking into that. But we also have export credit facilities. We have been issuing bonds in the U.S. and elsewhere in the world. In January this year, we issued bonds worth 15 billion rand. We will go back again to that market and elsewhere in the world. So we still have some options on our sleeves that we can pursue so that we can make sure that we do have some money to keep the lights on.
Yeah. And is there a possibility that Eskom might apply for another price hike in the near future?
Well, yesterday the government through the war room issued a statement basically saying that one of the options that they have been discussing at their level is to encourage us to reapply. But yes, in terms of the new MYP4, which is a multi-year price determination year starting from 2019, that one is part of the normal process. We should do that. But in terms of this new one, where NERSA has said we must reapply if you want to, that one we still have to sit down together with the shareholder, which is the government, and decide as to how we're going to take this matter going forward.
All right, Khulu, as always, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
That's Eskom's spokesperson, Khulu Phasiwe, giving us a bit of an update on what it means now that Eskom's price hike or the application for the price hike has been rejected. And so the question we will ask you as South Africans out there is, would you opt to pay more if it were the case in order to have less load shedding? Let us know on our Facebook page. That's Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. But Mr. Graham, it looks like tough times are ahead, man.